Welcome everybody to round 5 Monaco as I take you guys straight into the track introduction.
Round 6 of the World Championship takes us to the charismatic street circuit in Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix. This tight, twisty 3.34 kilometre track is a huge challenge for the drivers, and barriers lie in wait ready to punish mistakes. There are 19 corners and 21% of the lap is spent braking. There's quite a bit of elevation change from the harbour side to the casino square. Each driver makes over 4,000 gear changes during the Grand Prix. Let's check out a fast lap with last year's pole sitter Nico Rosberg.
Welcome back everybody, and with me today as always is my guest commentator Ruan Bronkhorst. Welcome Ruan.
Thank you, Quentin. Thank you for having me again. Welcome, everybody. We hope you enjoyed today's race at Monaco.
Yeah, round 5 of 11. So we just about almost halfway through this first season of Synergy Omega. Exciting stuff as we see some of the F2 guys already out on track.
Yeah, for sure. We've got some new guys on the track as well today.
Yes, and we also revamped our broadcast overlays a little bit. So one of the things that we're going to be adding for you guys is top 10 drivers in the race table, as you guys can see on the right there. So this will be showing you guys the current top 10 guys in the Drivers' Championship that are currently racing in this race. So if somebody didn't make it for the race, their name won't be on that table.
Okay, that makes sense, 100%.
So yeah, luckily we do have the top 3 guys currently in the F2 Championship all making an appearance. I must say all the top 3 guys have had 100% attendance so far, so it's quite tight for the top 3 positions there.
Definitely, and just goes to show that how important attending a race is as well. Like you said, top 3, you're almost guaranteed a point or points, and like you said, 100% attendance, and you currently have the top 3 drivers like that.
Yeah, so do you want to maybe discuss some of the drivers that we've got out on track? We currently see we're busy looking at yourself, Ruan, there. So I'm going to bring up your driver card for you there in just a second. There we go. So yeah, we can see you've currently had 8 start, 100% attendance. You've already scored 3 podiums for the season and 8 point finishes and 1 race win. And you're currently 2nd overall in the championship. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's been a tough few races, the last few races. Obviously, I'm competing against Dennis. It's my biggest rival currently, and it's been fun. And yeah, I look forward to maybe get another race win or 2 in before the season ends.
Now, on the left, we can quickly have a look at how you've been doing. So we see that in your last race at last round at Spain, you scored a sixth place finish and a second place finish.
Yes, I think Spain was a little bit tough on the feature race on my side. I did get spun on the second or third lap, and that cost me some positions. But hopefully, I can get back in Monaco.
Awesome. Good luck to you for today's race. What do you think of the new
Thank you.
overlays, Ruan?
I love them. It looks very clean, very professional. You can see clearly what that's going on, and the details of every driver as well. I really like them.
Here we go. Let's have a look at the guy currently in third place in the championship, Mohamed Faizan. Now, you can quickly run us through his stuff. As we see, he scored a third place and a fifth place in Spain.
That's correct, yes. And he's also, like we said earlier, 100% attendance. He's got 2 podium finishes, also 8 points finishes, and a race win there as well, with a total of 70 points just below me right now.
Yeah, so this is quite close between you, yourself, Dennis, and Mohammed at the moment.
That's correct. I think if any one of us three maybe misses a race, it's going to cost you a position right now in the leaderboards.
Absolutely. You can see that's why you guys have the dedication.
Definitely, yes. It's only about between Dennis and me and myself, there's 12 points, and myself and, Mohammed and myself, there's 12 points, and between myself and Dennis, there's 13 points. So that's basically one race.
Yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, we've got 2 guys making their debuts today with us. That's a young lad, Kyle Valvis. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Brilliant driver as well, from what I've seen of him so far. And yeah, we wish him all the best in Synergy Omega. And we've also got a debut from Daniel Adams. Very, very much welcome to both of you guys for today.
Yeah, welcome very much, guys. Oh, we see Mohammed get a little bit clipped there on that chicane there.
Yeah, sometimes you want to cut it as close as possible for those extra fractions, but then sometimes you just you can't move the barrier.
Definitely, that's the thing with Monte Carlo Monaco, is trying to push the car to the limits. This track bites back very, very hard.
Yeah, speaking of which, there's Kyle currently on screen for us. He scored himself a $150,000 contract from the UK. Best of luck for the remainder of the season, Kyle. I'm sure you'll do just great.
Yeah, I'm sure Colin is also very happy to have a good driver up for them.
Yeah, they're hoping to make a comeback as well for the season. Now we see Josh getting out of the way there in the background.
Yeah, we see there's a few laps already being put in. One myself is a 121.6. We've got Jasper with a 122.1, and Daniel with a 124, Jamie with a 130, and then Muhammad, I think that's the spin out of him cost him a little bit, to 139.
Should we have a look at Jasper's card?
Yeah, let's look at Jasper's card. Ooh, Carl just put in a beautiful 126.
Jasper Seneca. Okay, let me quickly grab him for us. There we go.
There we go. Great. So yeah, round 4 in Spain. I do not think Jasper made the race.
His last race was in round 3 in China, but he did score a third place and a second place there on his debut. That was brilliant. So we're glad to have him back. So currently he's on a 50% attendance. Qualifying, you see he doesn't do that great, but he tends to do a lot better in the races itself. So he's scored 2 podium finishes and 2 points. So that was that round 3 of his. So good luck to him as well for today.
Yeah, I mean, 1 race and you've got 2 podiums.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
That is brilliant.
Now, currently on screen, we've got Dennis there. Now, he's currently our championship leader. As we saw, he scored a 4th place and a 6th place finish in Spain. So not a brilliant finish for him in round 4, but he's been very consistent all through the season so far, scoring 7 of the 8 races so far. He's actually scored points.
That's correct, yes. I think it was only in Vietnam that he didn't. Yes, Vietnam he did not finish. It was unfortunate for him.
Apologies there. I see that it says 4 starts. That should actually be 8 starts. So
That's
I'll
correct.
fix that. But yes, 8 starts, and he scored actually 7 of the 8, and only 1 did not finish. So he's currently on 95 points. He's currently collected already $629,000 for the season. Now that's from, you know, scoring podiums, fastest laps, all of that stuff. It adds up, and he's doing really well this season.
Definitely, yes.
Let's see if Mohammed can improve on his current lap time there. And he wastes his wing there, I believe. And he's decided to bench this lap.
He did improve at least. He did put in a 122 from his 139 from earlier.
Yeah, no, Monaco is definitely not to be trifled with. It's a vicious track, this.
Yes, no, it is the most difficult and challenging track in the calendar. And it's a very... It comes down to qualifying, basically. If you qualify in pole position, you can defend very easily to keep that position throughout the whole race, because the track is so narrow and there's not really that much place to get past people.
That's correct. It's not known for many passing maneuvers and stuff. There's only a handful of places that you can even attempt to pass a driver. And if you get it even slightly wrong, you're going to get into the wall or get you both, you know, kind of scrapped. So it is very tricky. You guys have to kind of maintain your focus the entire race, and it's taxing.
Oh, for sure, yes.
Let's see, who else have we had on screen? We haven't had Jamie on yet, so quickly let's have a look at Jamie. Jamie's had 4 starts, and he's had 2 points finishes. He's currently on 3 points, and he's 20th overall in the championship so far. So his last round, he ended up 11th in both races.
Okay.
So we hope that he can do a lot better this time round and score his team even more points.
Definitely, that would all be great for Uni Virtuosi.
So you see Jamie's currently on 3, and above him in the championship is Josh Knott on 10 points. Now we haven't had a look at Josh's stuff yet, so bringing him up here. So we see he had 1 did not finish in the last round and another 13th place finish. So he's scored in half of his races that he started, and he's on 10 points so far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Josh has been struggling as of since Bahrain. He's really been struggling to keep the pace up.
Yeah, but I believe he's now going back to his original setup, so hopefully we should see him return to pace soon.
That's going to be great. I hope we see him improve on the next round.
Now, Reese, this is your teammate, so I'm going to bring his card up there for you. Reese scored a 9th place finish, so that scored him 2 points, and a 10th place finish in the last race. Now, he's scoring about 11 out of 20 qualifying and 12 out of 20 for his races, so that's about midfield. And you can see he's only scored about half of the times that he's started, so he has 6 starts and 3 points finishes, with 1 did not finish and 1 disqualification. Currently on 20 points and 11th overall in the championship.
Okay. Yeah, I think Reese has also been struggling to just get everything. We see Josh retiring from the session. Yeah, like I said, I think Reese has been struggling to get the right racing lines, and I think he's just struggling overall with his setup and everything.
Yeah, practice is key, definitely.
Definitely, yes.
And the only other person I believe we haven't had on screen yet is Daniel. Now, Daniel is another driver from the UK as well. So we've got both Daniel and Kyle are both from the UK making their debuts today.
Wow, brilliant. I see Daniel was quite an expensive driver, costing around 500,000, where Kyle was only 150,000.
Yes, no, he definitely had better negotiating power.
Currently on screen with me again. See if I can improve on my time. I'm currently 3rd position.
So what's MP Motorsports plan here today, Ron? I mean, you guys know now that you have a deficit with the Drivers' Championship of 13 points compared to Dennis. So do you have a strategy in mind? What is your game plan going into this race?
So the game plan for myself was trying to score just a little bit higher in points than Dennis right now. Trying to reel him in race per race. Hopefully, maybe get in the sprint race or feature race, get a position above him. Just score a little bit more points in the race than he did. And yeah, that's basically it. For teamwork, me and Reese did speak a little bit before the race. We're on alternate tire strategies. So hopefully that plays out for us as well.
Yeah, I can see that your qualifying time is only 0.4 of a second behind Dennis at the moment, and Mohammed is about 1.1 seconds slower than you currently. Now,
that's correct, yes.
You'd obviously wanted to have gotten at least a bit of qualifying than Dennis here, but you've proven in the past that even if you've gotten a lower position, you're very quick off the starts to take advantage of corner one. So maybe something similar can play out here.
We hope so, yes. Also, the line that you get off the starting grid is very important. If you're going to get off the line and get the inside on the first corner on Monaco, you do have the advantage. So, yeah, like you said as well, I'm usually a little bit faster off the grid than Dennis is, so hopefully I can capitalize on that.
Currently, I'm looking at the qualifying times there. Jamie and Reese are quite a bit off the pace at the moment compared to the other drivers. Now, this is obviously not everybody's cup of tea, this track, but yeah, they're going to have a hard time if they don't improve on those lap times.
Definitely, we see Mohammed failing on his lap.
That's the second time we see him misjudge that corner there a little bit, eh?
Yeah, this hairpin corner there is probably the most brutal corner on the track, because if you cut it just a little bit too early, it hooks that rear right wheel and you just go out flying, and your braking point there is very, very intense as well. If you just brake a little bit too late, you see what happened to Mohammed right now, you're going to go straight into the barrier. But what are you saying about Carl right now being 0.6 of a second
That's
faster than Dennis
amazing.
right now?
Yeah, that's an amazing. Like, he's really impressing us right now. I mean,
Definitely.
if he can maintain this, he's going to have a fantastic season.
Definitely, yes.
Who knows? He might even get promoted early.
For sure, yes. See Reese going back. Let's see if he can improve his lap time. Hopefully he can get a proper lap in right now. He's about 5 seconds, more than 5 seconds behind me, and we already see turn one. He bailed on this fast lap. He's out in the super softs right now, and that's another big thing on Monaco as well with the Formula 2 cars. You get the super soft compound and then the soft compound. So obviously this track is, you think with all these corners and everything that it's a track that just eats tires, but it's slow moving corners, so your tires actually last a little bit longer. What this track eats is front wings.
That's very interesting, actually. Yeah, that's very true as well. People definitely always fear this track and its corners and the walls.
Definitely. I think it is, like you said, the most feared track in the calendar and the most hated track in the calendar.
I guess also we can surmise that from the lack of attendance for today's race.
I just wanted to say the same thing. We could see that with only 9 guys showing up. They'd rather miss a race and miss the opportunity for points than race in Monaco. It just shows how little people like this track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what Jasper can do. He's currently on an outlap with the super softs. If I remember correctly, I did on 4th position right now. I did that with softs, so he might have the advantage right now.
Yeah, but
You actually see
the top 3 guys don't have that luxury of skipping Monaco. They know that if they miss a a track at this point in time, you know, your championship challenge might be gone.
That's correct. We actually see Daniel Adams taking in the second position right now, so he moved in from the
Both of the debut drivers showing immense pace right now.
very, very quick. I'm really impressed. And do you think these guys, being as fast as they are, if they can stay in the season, race every race, have 100% attendance, do you think well, including Monaco now, if they score well, they'll be able to catch me and Dennis maybe?
Anything is possible. I mean, there's more than half the season still remaining.
Yes. See, Jasper's looking like he's got a fly of a lap, 2/10 currently faster than his previous lap. And he's got about 5/10, 4/10 to improve to catch me in fourth position right now. See what he can do. And he does improve. Brilliantly done.
Wow.
Just 500 slower, slower than I am right now. So he's very close. Brilliant lap there by Jasper. Well done.
And Reese is also out again on another out lap, so hopefully he can improve.
Yeah. We see Harvey has joined as well now.
Oh yeah,
Obviously
that's brilliant. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the team principal from Carlin
Yes.
and Red Bull teams. So brilliant for Harvey to have joined. He was a little bit late, so glad he can jump in a car.
Definitely, yeah. And he's also quite a quick driver. We've seen him do really well in the Formula One against those super fast guys.
Yeah, since we've allowed the team principals to jump in emergency circumstances, it's really kind of helped the guys fill up the field a bit more and have a little bit more of a competition throughout the field.
Definitely, yes. See these
Dennis has just set the fastest lap.
Wow, 120.2. That is blistering fast.
Yeah, no, Dennis wasn't going to just sit around and have you guys take his pole position from him.
It's very difficult to see the difference between the Univirtuosi and the MP Motorsport cars.
Yeah, the two cars look very similar. I also still get confused with them.
This is why I did such a quick lap. He's on the super softs right now. That's why.
I always love looking at that corner there, that little hairpin there.
I hate
it's a pain to take, but it's so beautiful when you see the cars coming through that bend there.
No, definitely. I think Monaco is the showcase of Formula One. I think it's not the most exciting track to watch a race on, but it's probably the most beautiful track to watch a race on. Track is quite busy right now. We see basically everyone except Carl being out right now on the track.
Yeah, we're seeing you are out on track as well, but it doesn't look like you're on a hot lap right now.
No, it doesn't seem. We see Reese. And he botched it. He was a 1.3 seconds faster than his previous lap.
Oh, he probably would have been better off just finishing the lap.
Yeah, he would have been, because he's only 6 tenths behind Jamie, and that might have given him the opportunity to start in 7th position. So let's see what Harvey can do. The one team principal on track.
That's the fastest first sector for Harvey.
Wow, that's brilliant. Like I said, Harvey is a quick driver.
I just love watching these Red Bull painted Carlin cars on track. I just love that paint job.
No, definitely. For myself, they're one of the prettiest cars on track for the Formula 2 cars. Ooh, almost lost a little bit there.
A little bit overcooked it there, I think.
Well, I think he lost a little bit of time, definitely, on that corner that she came there.
Yeah, we'll have a look now as soon as he comes through this sector.
Coming out a little bit wide there. Let's see what he does on this turn. Oh, beautifully done.
quick on the throttle. Very nice.
Yeah. See what he puts in.
122.9.
Okay, that puts them in 7th position. I think that that turn just after the tunnel cost him quite a few points up for quite a few seconds there.
Yeah, now you should be able to improve on that. We've still got about 4.5 minutes left of qualifying.
That's correct. See if Daniel can improve and maybe take a second or pole position right now. It's only got 2 tenths to catch Kyle on. So let's see if Sector 2 finishes. He's was very, very close to his previous best. Only 700s. See.
Right now, it does look like it's going to be a battle between Prima, Carlin, and MP Motorsports for this race.
It does seem like that, yes. Oh, and he does improve, but it keeps him in... No, sorry, he did not improve. No, my bad. He's also currently out on the super softs.
I just love when these new guys come in and they immediately step up.
Definitely,
That's always good to see, eh?
No, for sure.
You know, this is something that team principals obviously look at is, you know, how you deal with being placed in the deep end, how well you attend races, and then obviously how consistent you are with your performances on track.
Definitely.
You know, with us now tracking all of the stats, you know, when it comes to end of the season, the team principals are going to look at, you know, how many of your starts did you actually score points? How many of your races did you actually even attend to? Because they want a return on their investment.
That's correct. Yeah, we actually see I did improve a little bit, but not enough to take back a position.
Great stuff there, everyone. Still 4th place is not bad. That's 2nd row.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like you're going to attempt another lap. It's only 2.5 minutes left. Jasper's slightly slower there on that sector.
Yeah, I was struggling to get the super soft heated up for some reason. I don't know why I was struggling so much. I think I only got 1 fast lap in on them.
Did you maybe have traffic?
I had a little bit of traffic, but I was just struggling. I didn't have grip. See if Jasper can improve on his time. Oh no, he's 5 seconds slower, so you know, obviously had a little bit of traffic or maybe an incident somewhere.
So we see Kyle retiring from the session, so he's obviously happy with his time.
Yeah, I think he saw Dennis's 4 tenths quicker. He's like, okay, no, that's next level.
Yeah, well, it's still front row. Mohammed making another mistake. He's not liking this track a lot, you can see, eh?
No. The thing is with Mohammed is he's an aggressive driver, and Monaco is not a track for aggressive drivers. This is a sit and wait game, basically. You wait for the person in front of you to make a mistake so you can capitalize on that and gain a position. But the aggressive drivers don't usually do that well on Monaco.
Yeah, because you're kind of like want to rush the bull there. Like,
yeah, definitely. See, Reese has been on these super softs the whole of qualifying. They must be worn out right now. There you can see him locking up quite easily there.
Just want to have another look at his stuff there. As we see, he's about midfield with qualifying, and about this does a little bit better in races, but he's about midfield.
That's correct. Can you bring up these previous races?
Yeah, sure. So
as we can see in Bahrain, he did very well. He actually got a podium, and just after that, it just went all south for him.
Yeah, scoring a 12th place, did not finish in Vietnam, and a disqualification, 12th place for Vietnam. So Vietnam definitely was not kind, and he didn't make an appearance in China at all.
Yes.
And then round 4, Spain wasn't kind to him either, only scoring 2 points. So hopefully Monaco can be a bit of a turnaround for him for this season.
Let's hope so, yes.
I mean, you never know what can happen. Currently, you know, his qualifying time is not great, but you never know what can happen in a race.
No, for sure. It's so easy to get a DNF on Monaco. So I mean, if he can just finish the race, he's guaranteed points at least. So
Jasper is also one of the new guys from round 3 that's really been impressing quite a lot.
definitely yes. Me and Jasper, I think our first race together was in China, and if I remember correctly, the sprint race, I came in first position in him. He was in second, and I was struggling to keep him behind me at one stage. So a very good driver.
As we see qualifying now, the clock is run out, so we're just finishing or waiting for these guys to finish their current laps. That will be Jasper and Reese still to cross the line. So Jasper doesn't improve, and Reese also does not improve.
Yeah, so that was it for Monaco's qualifying. Was actually quite busy on track today. We saw a lot of laps being put in.
Yeah, very impressed though by our debut drivers scoring a P2 and P3 there. Very impressive.
Definitely.
Well done, guys. That's the great way to start your season with Synergy Omega.
Yeah, but just Dennis just showing again why he's currently in first position, scoring another pole with 4 points added on that. So well done to Dennis there. That was a blistering fast time.
That must make you so discouraged though. When you're seeing stuff like that, you try to catch him and he gets a 4 points handed to him for scoring pole.
Yeah,
it just stretches the lead just a little bit more.
Exactly, and the thing is with Dennis, he's always fast in qualifying than I am. So I just try and fight him on track rather. But yeah, that is a little bit discouraging when he gets pole position and scores extra 4 points.
All right, now we're just waiting for the teams to get their cars sorted and everything and lined up at the grid so that we can get the formation lap started. Right, and Kyle is the last one to get out on track. There we go, everybody's out on there starting grid positions, and now we start the formation lap. Dennis leading us off there. Couple of guys slow to get off the blocks there. That corner one is so tricky, hey? People need to watch that corner one, not to be too aggressive. That can really cause quite a pile up there.
Definitely, it's a confusing corner because it seems that apex is quite wide, and it seems like you can take it faster than you actually can, and you lose a lot of front wings on that specific corner right there. But you're very happy with Dennis's performance right now. I mean, starting of the season, he started off very strong against Leandre as well. The two of them had quite a big battle at Bahrain, and he's just been dominating ever since Leandre left Formula 2. And I think you must be quite happy about his performance.
Yeah, and breaking news as well is that Leandre will be returning to Formula 2 as he has declined his promotion to F1 as it conflicts with his working schedule. So he'll actually be coming back to Formula 2. So a lot of guys are going to be fearing that situation as he was very dominant in round 1 of the Formula 2 championship.
He's okay. That's going to be intense. I think Formula 2 is going to become more competitive than the Formula 1 almost, if I must say so myself. We've got fast guys right now in Formula 2.
Yeah, no, it's great to see. I mean, like, everybody is fast, and when you have a couple of guys like that that are close to one another, it really spices the championship up.
Definitely, yes.
Now, currently we got Prima leading the championship, and I believe in Formula 1, Ferrari is second or third right now.
I think so as well, yeah.
So yeah, it's all up for grabs now at Monaco. So we're really hoping that the team does really well, Prima especially now, to stretch their lead a little bit more over MP Motorsports in second.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, as we 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're off.
We are off.
Start to the
There we
Monaco
go.
Grand Prix. There we go, guys. And got Dennis leading off. Great start there. Daniel grabbing second place there, it almost looked like. No, it was grabbed back by Kyle.
Yeah, Daniel kissed the barrier right there, so I think he might have gotten some wing damage.
Ruan, you're currently there just behind Kyle, it looked like.
That's correct, yeah. I think it seems like I got a position there when Daniel made a mistake.
So that's Mohammed having a sneaky look there on the inside, but decides to opt out.
Dennis is having quite a big gap right now of 1.6 seconds.
I mean, like, that's just something about Mohammed. He's always going to just, if there's a bit of a gap, if you don't close that door quick enough, he's going to make you pay for it.
Definitely, yes. Now, Mohammed always tries and capitalizes on the smallest mistake or the smallest gap that he can get. He's going to, especially on a track like Monaco, you're going to have to try and create gaps to overtake these guys.
Yeah, now a message from my dad as well, with him being his team leader there as well, is that he's very impressed with Mohammed so far. Being as aggressive as he is, being third in the championship and always attending races, that's something that's quite valuable to the team.
Definitely, yes. See, Dennis just having his way right now. I just passed Carl by the looks of it.
Wow.
Yes.
He's already 3.6 seconds ahead in just after one lap.
That's correct, yeah. That's why I said earlier, and you can see I'm obviously fighting hard to try and catch up to him. But like I said earlier about qualifying in Monaco, it's difficult to overtake guys, and if you qualify in pole position, you basically just need to defend the whole race, and you're going to have it.
Yeah, I mean, take into account you've managed to get past Kyle there as well, so you've gone from 4th to 2nd in one lap, but now obviously Dennis didn't have any traffic to deal with, so at least now the race is on between you two.
That's correct, yeah. Let's see, hopefully I'm fast enough to be able to catch up a 4-second gap.
Yeah, right now he seems to be stretching the lead a little bit.
It does
Are
seem
you
like
guys
that,
on
yes.
different compounds?
No, I think me and him both started off on the softs.
Kyle is very close to you there at the moment, only 0.3 of a second behind you.
That's correct, yeah. I did have a little bit of wing damage, and I think that didn't aid much in trying to catch Dennis.
Oh, and we see Daniel going back into the pits now. You did mention that you think you saw him hit the wall there on lap 1.
Yes, on turn 1, that first corner there that we took, he had a little bit of an incident with the wall and the wall one.
Now, as you mentioned before, these pit stops do take quite a bit longer than the Formula 1 pit stops, as you only have one guy per tyre there.
Yes.
So we've seen him swap over to the super softs and a fresh new wing.
That's correct.
We see Josh retiring from the session. That's unfortunate. Again, having bad luck. Poor old HWA there. They've just been having such a miserable season, just plagued with bad luck.
Definitely. It does seem like I'm catching Dennis a little bit, being 3.7 seconds. He was about 4 seconds in front of me.
Yeah, I think now you've started to put your head down and get to work. Oh. And as we say, commentators curse, and then you slide out into the wall.
It caused me to go.
I hope you didn't get too much damage there to your front wing. It doesn't look like you did.
It doesn't seem like that. No, that basically cost me the race. I'm now in 5th position.
Jeez, that was very costly.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's obviously the nerves and the severity of the situation. Like, how much is at stake and the pressure that you're under to perform well, and then these little mistakes creep in.
Definitely, and you try and push the car as hard as you possibly can, especially when Dennis was 4 seconds ahead of me. Trying to catch up to him, you try and gain every single little bit of the track that you can. You try and cut your time down.
Now
And
that
that obviously
now
just
you placed yourself in a situation where Kyle is right back on you again. Sorry, Harvey is right back on you at the moment.
that's correct.
Now Kyle has
But
moved down
currently,
to second place, and Mohammed is now ahead of you as well. So this is
yes,
definitely not an ideal situation for you right now.
no, definitely not. But luckily, like Carl and Muhammad right now, they've both got 3 second penalties already, and I'm already inside that 3 second cap with Muhammad. Um, Daniel, we see Daniel with the 6 second penalty. That's unfortunate. I wonder if he got a pit lane. No, that's 6 seconds. It should be two.
Yeah, it's probably track violations. So you'll
Yeah,
definitely see a lot of that in Monaco. As you know, the corner cutting is strict, and guys do tend to just try their luck on a couple of corners. So if you do that a couple of times too much, after the third or so time, you're going to get a penalty.
yes. I'm pulling away from Harvey and actually catching up to Mohammed right now.
Yeah, you've now managed to increase that gap from 0.6 of a second to just about 2 seconds between you and Harvey now.
Yeah.
As we see your
he's going
teammate
into
coming into the pits now. Is this not a little bit too early? He's only done 5 laps on the sit.
I think he possibly has wing damage.
Yes, as we
Yes.
see the wing getting replaced.
And that takes forever on these Formula 2 cars.
Now we see on the display there that Daniel and Jasper have both served pits so far, as well as Reese now. That's just completed his.
Yes. And if you went onto the super softs right now, it's you're gonna have to pit again, because the super softs only last about 7 laps.
Yeah, so it really messes up your race because Monaco is not really a two-stopper.
No, definitely not. See if Carl is now in second position, and he was actually also very fast in qualifying. Let's see if he can close that gap on Dennis right now.
But you can see the tail end slide out as he exits that last corner there. It just shows how hard he's pushing the car.
Definitely.
Doing brilliantly right now on a P2.
Yeah, oh, for sure, yes. No, definitely.
Oh,
Ooh.
gets a little bit sideways there, but manages to control the car. Nicely done.
Look like Tokyo drifting here. It does seem like he's catching, because he was about 5.1 seconds behind Dennis, and right now he's about 4.5.
And he just lapped your teammate there.
Yeah, on lap 6 already. Just shows how bad a pit stop so early in the race is for you.
Now we see Dennis just up ahead of him, just going through the chicane now, and Carl just got to the chicane now as well. Beautiful overhead view of them getting through this section of the track.
Yes, and you can just see how close Carl is to the barriers. Pushing, obviously, like I said earlier, trying to get every little piece of the track that you can. See, Mohammed Faizan got another 3-second penalty. That puts me quite easily in front of him right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch those penalties.
Definitely.
You've been lucky to keep your race clean so far, which is quite key.
Definitely, no. That's I've learned from previous rounds that rather not try and cut the. Ooh, yes, he's really pushing this car very, very hard, trying to catch
He's
up to
right
Dennis.
up on the limits, eh?
No, for sure.
But how
Yeah.
impressed are you with this young driver? I mean, he's fantastic.
It's phenomenal talent from such a young driver. I really think that we're going to see quite a lot coming from him. It's great to see these young ones starting early and performing like they are. Just imagine in 5 or 10 years' time how quick they are going to be on these Formula One games.
You do seem to be catching up on Mohammed now.
That's correct, yeah. Obviously, I've got the third position with penalties, but that's not enough. I want to get closer.
Yeah, because you're actually aiming to get closer to Dennis as
That's
he's
correct.
your championship rival.
That's correct, yes. But Mohammed is also not very far away from me, only being 12 points behind me right now. If he can get two finishes in front of me, that means he's going to be a lot closer to catching up to me.
Yeah, this is very tense stuff. Just look at how hard you guys are pushing the cars through these tight corners.
Definitely, yeah. And with Monaco, you have to get as close as you possibly can. Because if you're going to have an opportunity to pass, it might be 1/10 of a second that you're going to get that opportunity to come past them.
Oh, you've now managed to get right up on the back of Mohammed now. But now it's, catching is one thing, passing is another on this track.
That's the thing.
You see Dennis quite comfortably ahead already at the chicane. And right there in the background, you see Carl just entering. And you've managed to pass one of the back markers there. Very friendly to get out of the way.
Right up on Mohammed right now. Trying to go on the outside, get the cut on him, not being able to.
Oh, you can
Very,
see
very
you
close.
both are pushing quite hard through that section there.
Yeah. And the DRS zone, he's only got one DRS zone in Monaco, and it's quite short. It's in front of the home straight there. It's not enough pace. You don't get to build up enough speed to easily pass someone. And especially, like you said earlier, with turn one, being such a snappy turn, then you can lose it quite easily there. You don't want to build up too much speed for that corner as well.
Oh, you must be frustrated right now. It looks like you can see you're obviously faster than Mohammed at the moment, but there's just no clear passing opportunities. You've already been stuck behind him now for 2 laps this close.
Yeah, that's the thing is you start getting irritated and frustrated because I know I've got the pace. I'm faster than him right now, and it's costing me time to be able to catch up to Carl and Dennis.
Yeah, true. And that's when the mistake starts happening, right? Because now the frustration
Exactly.
and you start looking for gaps that aren't there, and then you start having stuff ups and it costs you the race.
Definitely, no, that's true.
That little barrier there that you've just gone through there, a lot of times you see guys hitting that barrier there, and also even there, that section there, coming through that little S-bend there too fast and then making contact with the wall.
Yes.
Kyle has just set the fastest lap. Oh no! What happened there?
It seems like I think Mohammed just braked a little bit later than I did, and I think I might have hit him in the back there.
Oh, that was unfortunate. I hope you didn't get too much
Yeah.
damage. That's the second time we've now see you have an argument with the wall.
Yes. Just I know how quick Dennis is, and he's a very clean driver. He's a very consistent driver. So I need to push myself 120% faster than I can.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
go
know what?
to-
I must admit, I've gotten a swell bunch of guys right now. They're all massively competitive. All of them basically consider second place first loser. So
Definitely.
I love the drivers that I currently have in my Ferrari team. Hopefully I can afford, if they do well this season, hopefully I can afford getting them again. It's all up to play. We need to make the winnings as high as possible so that we can have a budget to play around with.
Definitely. But I think you're one of the guys that in the start of the season, you spent the least amount of money on drivers. You still have quite a few bucks in the bank right now.
No, I spent I think it was 6.4 million or so on each of my Formula One drivers, and spent a little bit. I can't remember what we spent on Dennis though. Let me quickly have a look there. Dennis got away with a $560,000 contract, and right now, I mean, that's money well spent.
No, definitely, you're right. Definitely, that's very money. Yeah, like you said, money well spent. Right now, he's currently leading the drivers' championship, and he's a little bit more expensive than some of the midfield guys.
Yeah. Now the only problem that we're facing is Dennis is now obviously leading the Formula 2 championship, but then when he does get promoted to Formula 1, it throws a spanner in the works, because who will I then be recruiting for my Formula 2 team? and who will I be letting go for my Formula 1 team? Because it all goes up into shams, and it's not even to say that you can get the same drivers again. It's all about who bids the most.
That's definitely the truth, yes. I mean, it's worth. Is it worth dropping one of your Formula 1 guys? I mean,
exactly.
Both Aaron.
So my loss might be another team's gain.
Exactly. Yeah. So both Aaron and Rafael, getting right up on top of Mohammed right now.
Again.
I think this is getting very heated between the two of us. I think the frustration is really showing its peak right now on my side.
Yeah, but Mohammed's really good at making that car as wide as possible.
You're definitely correct there. Sometimes it feels like he actually drives sideways with the car.
So let me quickly explain to everybody how this works, because I've gotten a couple of questions with regards to this. So at the end of season 1, the top 3 Formula 2 drivers will get promoted to Formula 1, and the bottom 3 Formula 1 drivers will get demoted to Formula 2. Now, obviously, if we have a lacking of Formula 1 drivers, hence be either from people retiring or whatever, then the next runner-up in Formula 2 will be promoted until we've got a full set of 20 drivers in Formula 1. Once the roster is then established, the drivers' estimated values will then be allocated to them. So that will be made up of the finishing position that you actually finished your season on, and then once that's all done, we will then start bidding wars, where the teams will be allocated their victory sums, and they will then go into bidding wars, where we will then start from the top, working our way down, bidding on each of the drivers, and eventually filling all the seats.
Okay, that's good to know right now. Let's see if I can get Mohammed here.
Only half a second between you guys. This is very close, and you've now been stuck behind him for, what is it now, 5 laps about?
That's correct, and this has cost me to drop from being 5-6 seconds behind Carl to now being about 14-15 seconds behind Carl. So this is really costing me a lot of time to be stuck behind Mohammed.
So right now you must be starting to think that, okay, if I can't pass Mohammed on track, do I then look at maybe altering a pit strategy to get around him?
That's correct, yeah. So the thing is with Monaco is you basically gain positions with pit strategies. And I think that's one of my goals right now, is to maybe get an undercut on him, or get stay out on the track for longer and then pass him again, or try and get enough of a gap to lap on the next lap.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's not enough for you to know the fact that you're already ahead of him because of the penalties. Your problem is you need to be gaining track position on your main rival, who is at the moment running away with this race.
Exactly. I mean, Carl and Dennis they're very close to each other right now. I think I just saw they're about 2 seconds away from each other, or 3 seconds now.
That was a bad line.
Yeah.
That cost you about a second, because I could see that you were altering your line to Mohammed through those corners, because you were, obviously a lot faster than him through that section there. But then at the end, it actually cost you a little bit now there.
No, definitely. I think you just see I also got a 3-second penalty now.
But Mohammed has now gone into the pits, and this is now your opportunity, as you're now 16 seconds behind Dennis, currently in second place, both of you still to pit.
That's correct, yes. I was trying to like you can see now as well with Mohammed, there's about a 30-second gap between me and Mohammed also now. And that should be enough for me to gain the position on the pit stop if I do go for a pit stop right now.
Yeah, I bet you're just watching that clock the entire time, trying to see when the opportune time is to actually head into the pits.
That's correct, yeah. But with Dennis, his pace was so fast, and I got damage on that one corner there now on my wing. So I just knew that
Yeah, because this is the other
The-
thing that you need to keep in mind, that if you do go into pits, you also get a wing that you need to be replacing. So
That's correct.
the worst thing for you is if you go into the pits now and they repair you for too long and you come out behind Mohammed again.
That's correct. So the thing that you have to decide now with the pit strategy, and I think that was what was going through my head is, am I going to replace my wing? Is the damage that bad that I need to replace the wing, or am I just gonna just take the time and try to get past Mohammed again on a later stage?
Now we see Kyle leading the races. Dennis has just coming out of the pits now. Kyle obviously not
Yeah.
pitting yet.
Yeah, you got the undercut on Dennis. He pitted the previous lap.
No, Kyle
So
has.
you obviously,
Oh yeah, Kyle did pit. You're right.
yeah, that's how I came to be in second position, because him and Mohammed both went into
That
the
is
pits. So he
fantastic
obviously-
then there by Kyle.
Definitely. See another 3 second penalty for me there. I think as I headed out of the pits, they, for some reason, the game got a little bit buggy and they gave me a on corner 1. As you coming out the pits on the inside, actually gave me a 3 second penalty. But that did put me in third position. So I think I did not opt to change my wing. I think I stayed with the yellow wing that I had.
Oh, I see.
And,
Yeah, because it was a bit close. So obviously you were weighing whether or not it would be worth it for you to risk having the wing replaced or
Definitely.
staying out with the damaged wing and at least getting up in front of Mohammed then.
Yes.
So it looks like Mohammed's actually lost a position to Harvey as well through that pit.
It does seem like that. I think he did maybe have a little bit of an incident. We see Carl setting the fastest lap right now.
Kyle doing fantastic. I'm so impressed by this guy.
Oh, for sure. No, he's really fast. I'm really impressed with him as well.
Oh, and we have actually gotten ourselves a technical glitch there. So the race that did actually come to an end there. Unfortunately, we had server issues. So the position that the guys were in just about when the disconnect finished will probably be the final finishing results. We will have to investigate that, but we'll have the final standings up for you guys at the end of the broadcast.
Yeah, so we just took in consideration, we took those positions with the penalties that the guys had and the positions and the timings, and we just adjusted the positions.
Okay, as we see the reversed order here, so it does look like we actually ended up giving first place to Dennis there, second place to Kyle, Ruan third, fourth for Harvey, Mohammed fifth, and so forth, as a reverse grid obviously applies for the sprint race.
That's correct. We actually see Rafael has joined us as well. So Prema's got 2 boys in the fight right now.
Yes, so we're very lucky. So Josh did not manage to make the second race due to all the technical difficulties we were experiencing. He probably didn't know that there was going to be a second race. But then in the interim, Rafael actually managed to make his way down to the pit lane. So welcome to him. I'm very glad that he's in the race now. But he obviously had to start the race from the back of the grid, obviously not being part of the qualifying session.
Yeah, but we all have seen what Rafael is capable of. So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts at the back and ends in the front.
Yeah, but that would be the case on normal tracks. You know, we'd be surprised. It'll be surprising to see what he actually ends up doing at Monaco, whether or not he'll be able to even get around anybody. All depends
That's
on how
correct.
well somebody defends their position or not.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah,
You
so-
must be thrilled to at least have the 2 drivers now, because this is going to be great for Premas in the constructors right now, as you guys are first.
Yeah, no, anything I can do to possibly, discourage MP Motorsports from getting any constructor championship ideas, I'm well for.
Like daggers.
No, currently this is definitely where when you're looking at the championship standings, Prima and MP Motorsports are kind of running away with it right now compared to the midfield. So this is like a two horse race at the moment, but that's what we love about these races.
That's correct. But the other thing that Prema has the advantage of right now, if you've got Rafael and Dennis, 2 very fast drivers, and Reese has been struggling lately, so if he can get into some points, it's definitely going to help MP Motorsports.
Now we see
see
Mohammed
highlights.
kind of leading you and
Lights
Dennis
out.
at the moment. So, you know, Mohammed has the advantage for the second race.
Yes.
Oh, and we
CG.
see a lot of wings flying at the back there. I don't know what happened there. Somebody lost a wing.
Definitely, yes.
Oh, we see a couple of penalties there as well being handed out already. 4 drivers
Yeah.
with penalties.
I got a corner cut penalty because I was trying to evade the crash that happened in turn 1, so I did give back the positions as well.
Okay, so we currently have Jasper leading. Great stuff there, Jasper. Followed closely by Mohammed. Then Harvey, the team principal from Carlin and Red Bull. Daniel. Oh, Daniel has just passed Harvey. Well done.
Well done.
Daniel making a great appearance here on his debut as well, hey?
Definitely, yes. No, very good driving from Daniel. He's getting a 2-second penalty for corner cutting right now. It does seem that Jasper and Mohammed they've got a little bit less traffic to worry about right now.
Yeah, that's always the problem, you know, trying to get your elbows free so you can actually get to work. Because when there's so many
Definitely.
cars around you, you're pretty much boxed in a little bit.
Definitely, yeah. It's quite close between me, Daniel, and Harvey right now. Harvey went into the pits. Obviously,
Already?
he had damage.
Jamie's heading into the pit there as well. So that frees up Rafael, gaining 2 positions there.
Oh, she's stuck.
Yes.
So now Rafael is right behind Dennis on the board there. We got one of your cars with Rafael there. Oh, that's Reese. Sorry, Reese
That's
getting
Reese,
out of the
yes.
way of Rafael. There we go. Yeah, the leaderboard is not quite reflecting what I'm seeing on screen. That's why I'm so confused.
The car right on top of me there. I'm trying to defend hard now because I know how fast Carl is and he's got the pace to get past me. I'm just trying to keep him where he needs to be.
You're like, no, young one. You must learn.
Obviously, trying to, and it's quite easy to defend on Monaco as well because there's only a few corners and a few places that someone can try and pass you, and like you said earlier, just try and make the car as wide as possible on those corners.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you stick to the racing line, make the guy go around the long way around, it's going to be
Definitely.
basically impossible to get around you.
Definitely, but it is super close to me
Kyle
right now.
just set the fastest lap again. Like, I'm
Wow.
sorry, but I've been very impressed with Kyle's showing in the 2 races.
No, definitely. He's
Personally,
just
for
brilliant.
me, he was the driver that probably impressed me the most.
No, for sure. Myself as well. We see it's myself, Carl, and Dennis is closing up as well. So we might see a 3-way battle coming soon. Mohammed is catching up to Jasper quite good right now, but he just got a 2-second penalty again. So
Yeah.
that might be why he's
See,
pushing the track
and
limits.
and that's something that always lets Mohammed down. I mean, we've even seen him in the past lose a racing position at the end of the race due to penalties.
That's correct.
So he definitely needs to look at cleaning up his racing lines, and you know, he'll do a lot better in the championship once he does that, though.
That's correct, yes. We see Carl staying within half a second of me right now. I'm sure he's also getting frustrated because Dennis is less than a second on top of him, so it's going to be quite interesting to see
Yeah.
what happens here.
You're leading this.
Trying to go on the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there.
It was a little bit of an
Cutting him off.
aggressive turn in there, I think, by you there, Ruan, to be
That
honest.
It was, yeah. See.
Let's see. So he sees the inside line. Oh, okay, that's gone sideways. That's gone sideways.
Carl trying a little bit of a dive bomb, and I obviously also turned in a little bit aggressive there, and it just cost Carl and Dennis a spin
That's
out,
for sure
unfortunately.
going to be one for the stewards to have a look at after the race and have a look at what
Definitely.
actually took place.
Definitely.
My
yes.
word, that's something you don't want to see. That affected
No.
both of your races and poor old Dennis as well.
Yeah, innocent bystander got caught in that whole situation right now.
He
That's
must be
unfortunate.
fuming right now. So now
Definitely.
that's allowed Rafael to move all the way up to 6th place. Kyle relatively unscathed by all of that.
Actually, yes, he has been a little. I mean, he's right on top of me already. And he goes on the inside.
Oh, and
he
again,
spins it
tap.
out.
I guess Kyle was getting way too frustrated with the way that you were defending. He's like,
Definitely.
bro, I want to get past. I got places to go.
No, definitely.
And he's off. So now he's got a battle to try and catch up to Daniel in 3rd place.
That's correct.
Daniel doing really well to hold on to 3rd place there.
Yeah, for sure. And he's right on top of Mohammed as well.
But Jasper so far having no problems holding on to the lead of this race.
You see, I head into the pits. Obviously, I got damaged there from that incident on turn 1.
And his teammate holding off Harvey at the back here for 9th position.
Dennis also heads into the pit. See, Harvey might try and make a move on
Now
Jamie.
keep in mind, for the sprint race, only the top 8 guys actually score points.
That's correct.
Whereas the first race, the top 10 guys score points.
That's
So,
correct,
Ruan, you
yes.
are currently still in the last coveted points position there, but I'm sure that Dennis is going to have something to say about that soon.
Oh, for sure. But Dennis is 16 seconds behind and he's got 6 laps to try and catch me.
It's a tall order, I know.
It is, yeah. And I think right now I'm quite pleased with Dennis not being able to score points, even though I'm only scoring 1 point. seeing Dennis not have any in a position where he doesn't have any points, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, you. So Harvey's currently catching up on Jamie there for 6th place. Wonder if we're going to get him on screen for us, come race director.
Daniel is very close to Mohammed. I
Kyle
wonder
is
if
setting another fastest lap there.
Wow. Doesn't seem like he even got any wind damage from that incident in turn 1, so he got off of that very lucky actually.
Yeah, I think it was just a sideways nudge and then had your cars all slide across.
Yeah. I did have a red wing and a orange wing on that incident. I think me and Dennis both, that's where we had to pit for that after that incident.
So 5 laps left of the sprint race. We're already halfway through it.
Let's see.
Mohammed does look like he's catching up a little bit to Jasper in the front here. Both currently have penalties. Only one person currently not have, well, 2 people. Only the University OC guys have been keeping it clean. So well done to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. A great job from the University OC guys right now. I mean, we've got 1st position and 7th position. I think this is one of the better races, actually, race results.
Yeah, team results for sure. So Daniel's definitely catching up to Mohammed right now, only a half a second behind him.
That's correct.
And we see Dennis scoring another 2-second penalty now. He's obviously frustrated being at the back there now, so that's when you see all these corner cuttings come into play.
That's for sure, yes. And at the end of the day, it doesn't help you push the car so hard. You say you catch up to me and you've got the penalties that just drops you back that position. It's not worth it at the end of the day.
No, absolutely. You have to push, but within your limits and within the track limits, more importantly.
That's correct, yes.
So yeah, Daniel seems to be having a hard time here with Mohammed, as he has sections where he's faster than Mohammed and he gets the gap down to about half a second. Then there's other sections where he drops back a little bit. Dennis has just set the fastest lap with a 1:21.
Daniel pushing very hard, got the barrier, hit the barrier sideways there. Also going the wide way around, trying to cut on the inside of Mohammed. Let's see if he can get some DRS and maybe catch up to him right now, because it's only half a second.
No,
But like I said earlier,
this straight is just not It needed to be a little bit longer than that.
Definitely, yes. No, there's definitely not the you don't get the pace on the DRS. It does seem that started catching up to Jamie right now.
And Kyle has just scored another 2-second penalty.
And I made the move on. Let's see. Oh, I got the move on Jamie there just before the corner.
Nice, so that's 2 points now for you. Jamie at least still in the points.
Yes. See.
So if we look at the penalties there, Mohammed 2 seconds, Daniel 4 seconds, 4 seconds again by Kyle as well, 2 seconds by Rafael, 4 seconds Harvey, 2 seconds for you, and then 4 seconds for Dennis. So that's really gonna spice things up with the standings at the end.
Definitely. So that also means that I need to catch up. If I'm within 2 seconds of Harvey, I can gain another position there as well. Daniel's really just struggling to get past Mohammed right now, and Mohammed also has a 2-second penalty against Daniel's 4 seconds. So if Daniel's able to pass Mohammed, he needs to create a gap of at least another 2 seconds to stay in that second position. Jasper being lucky with these two at the back behind him, fighting for second and third position. He doesn't need to worry about him right now too much.
No, Jasper's been doing a great job. He's just been keeping his line nice and clean, doing what he needs to do to get the car through the track, and that's perfect. I mean, look at that. He's leading the race, no issues, no mistakes, and that's what you want to do.
Definitely, no, for sure. And like I said earlier, Jasper is a very good driver. I drove against him in China, and I was really impressed by him as well.
Yes, we've seen him already scored 2 podiums. So this will be his first race win of the season, if he manages to hang on to this for another 2 or so laps.
That's correct. Yeah, Daniel's really got his work cut up for him now, trying to catch Mohammed.
Oh, taps Mohammed there right in the chicane.
That's...
he was a little bit aggressive, but...
that was a little bit aggressive, yes.
I wonder if that's going to get submitted. Because that was obviously a mistake there by Daniel.
Definitely, yes. And I mean, that spin Mohammed around, so
that would have been a 5-second penalty though, because usually if it's just a bump, it's a 3-second penalty. If you spin the other car around or cause a severe crash, it's usually about a 5-second penalty.
That's correct, yes.
Now Mohammed's coming back. Oh, it looks like Daniel gave the position back. Very good sportsmanship there by Daniel. I guess that's probably then gonna not get submitted as he got the position back.
That's correct, yes.
Very nice to see such good sportsmanship though.
Definitely,
Compliments
I must
to you
say,
there, Daniel.
Yes, no, I must say the guys are very sportsmanlike, and I think that's why I enjoy this league as well. There's respect. Obviously, it's competitive, but everyone has respect for everyone. Even me and Dennis, we tend to be a bit competitive with our words against each other as well. But at the end of the day, if Dennis wins, I'll always congratulate him, and the same with him.
Yeah, respectful rivalry.
Definitely.
Yeah, so now we got 2 laps left. Jasper still has it all going his way. Kyle just about 0.2 of a second behind Daniel, so he's right up on the back of Daniel there now. Look at that. If Kyle has just a little bit of luck his way, he might even step away with a podium here.
If he can stay... Oh!
And I was just saying a bit of luck.
Daniel obviously pushing hard to stay away from Kyle, and that cost him.
Yeah, I think the tires must be worn out.
That's correct.
Now, Kyle does have a 4-second penalty. Daniel has 2 seconds more. So as long as he can just stay within a 2-second gap or so, then he should have the position fine. That's
correct. Yeah, we can also see Dennis and myself. Dennis moved up into 8th position, and Harvey has got 6 seconds in front of me right now, and that puts me in a position where I'm going to gain another position there from Harvey.
Yeah, you're right. You might end up finishing the race in 6th place here. And this is on the last lap.
Yeah. And then it's just been not been able to close that gap between myself and him. So he won't be able to capitalize on that.
Well, Dennis is now in 8th place, so...
Well, now it's interesting because
But-
Carl just got another 2-second penalty. So him and Daniel are both on 6 seconds now.
Yeah, but Dennis does actually get a step away from this race with a point.
Definitely, yes.
Oh, look at him, how quickly he's catching up to Mohammed there. Yes, this boy's fast.
He's very, very fast. But obviously, Mohammed only has 2 seconds penalty.
And
Yes.
I love his attitude. He's such a nice bloke as well. So we're
Definitely.
really happy to have him in the league.
Oh, for sure. So we see congratulations to Jasper right there. Keeping
Jasper,
a clean
Mohammed,
race.
and Kyle for podiums. Fantastic.
Definitely. Well done. Well done. But yeah, Jasper with his first win. Congratulations, buddy. Very good race. You kept it clean. You didn't get any penalties and you won the race. So well done to you there.
Who's your driver of the day?
Rafael. I must give it to Rafael. Starting in the back,
Yeah.
finishing in 5th position. But
Not
also
a bad
Jasper.
run, eh? Not a bad run
Not
at
a
all.
bad run. No, definitely not. But Jasper as well. He was my favorite going into the race, and he won that. And unfortunately,
But it's like you
Dennis
said
ending
that
up with that.
if Rafael had a better qualifying position, you know, he would have definitely been a threat for this race.
Definitely yes.
All right, as we see Jamie coming past the line there, 9th place, just missing out on the points, unfortunately, for this race.
Yes.
So let's have a look and see who got nominated for the driver of the day, and it is Rafael who wins it. Nicely done.
Well done, Rafael.
All right, so now we'll take you guys over to the standings straight after the podium ceremony finishes.
Yes. Well done to Univuciosi, and another great race by
Yeah,
Jasper.
this is going to be fantastic for them to kind of, you know, claw their way back up that leaderboard.
Definitely yes.
As we see the fastest lap going there to Dennis, so that's an additional 2 points for him. Congratulations.
So yeah, even though he ended up in 8th positions, he scored the same as the 7th position finish. So well done to Dennis there.
Yeah, and here's the final results of Monaco round 5. So as we see, Dennis had the pole position there. He also got credited with the win. However, Kyle got fastest lap, so he gets the additional 2 points. Ruan's in 3rd place, Harvey 4th, Mohammed 5th, Jasper 6th place, Daniel are in 7th. 8th is Jamie, Reese in 9th, and then Josh as it did not finish in 10th. Driver of the day was Jasper Seneca. For the sprint race, we've got Jasper winning that one. Congratulations. And Mohammed, Kyle, Daniel, Raphael, Ruan, Harvey, and fastest lap going to Dennis, who gets the additional 2 points. Yeah, and that concludes that. Now, if we quickly have a look at the final standings, as the drivers' standings are at the moment. Bring that up for you guys here quickly. Okay, so as we can see, Dennis is currently leading still. He's increased his gap there. He's now on 127 points, followed by Ruan on 101 points. Mohammed is then on 92, so the top 3 is leading by quite a bit. Then the middle of the pack, we've got Charles, Oliver, Raphael, and Jasper. Then in 8th place, Tristan, Lee, and followed by Alejandro on 41, who is going to be returning to F2. And then in 10th place, we got Jack. That concludes the top 10. Okay, now in 11th place, we got Kyle, who made his debut today. He's scored himself 30 points. Congratulations, that's well done. Harvey, team principal of Red Bull, on 26 points. Reese from MP Motorsports on 22. Arnoldus on 20. Ockert from Rensburg from High Tech on 17 points. Adrian on 15, Daniel 13, Josh on 11, Jamie on 7, and V on 4 points. Now the last page of the drivers, we got Khalifa on 4 points, myself on 4 points, Enrico on 2, and Dylan Anthony from Colin on 1 point. Right, now the constructors, we see Prima still leading now. They've increased their gap now to MP Motorsports, and they're currently on 185 points. MP Motorsports on 153 points. So those two teams are definitely the favorites for this season, currently stretching their lead on the middle of the pack. Then we see third Dams on 96, followed by Carlin, High Tech, and HWA Race Labs. Then at the bottom of the table, we've got Universe Yoshi on 59 points, Compass on 57, Charus on 45, and ART Race Grand Prix on 15 points. Alright, so that concludes all the racing for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the racing, and good night.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I've weighed the person you